I had a delta programming here from the CIA, and it says electromagnetic subliminal programming is from 1960, the delta programming, and it's done by television antennas, by radio antennas, by power lines, and mattress springs. Because in mattress springs in the States, you know, they have metal springs, and you sleep on it, so they can program you all night without you knowing anything. Then they have other programs which they have had years ago, and this was interesting. RF Media from 1990 CIA program said purpose was programming and triggering behavioral desire, subversion of psychic abilities of population. Subversion of psychic abilities of population, preparatory processing for mass electromagnetic control. So people who are psychic, who can see the future, who can see and warn maybe, they should be suppressed. This is 1990 CIA program. And another one, Tower program from 1990, CIA and NSA, National Security Agency, says the purpose, which is done with frequency of microwave, among others, is programming through neural resonance and encoded information, effect neural degeneration. Neural degeneration.
That's Alzheimer's.
DNA resonance modification, psychic suppression again.
Yeah.
And the pseudonym for the program is wedding bells. I mean, they always use symbolism.
Yeah.
And when somebody says, you know, wedding bells, those who know, they know, oh, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And of course, HARP is a program for National Security Agency, Office of Naval Research, the CIA, since 1995, and it is mass population control.
And this, you said this was 1990?
Yeah, Tower program was 1990, Media program 1990, then they have a Trident program 89, Office of Naval Research, National Security Agency, purpose, large group management and behavior control, riot control.
Yeah.
Now, I can understand riot control is, you know, if people really riot, but if the rioting is caused by the electromagnetic beams, then that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
and then they can afterwards come and get them.
Exactly. Yeah. And U.S. Air Force, National Security Agency, already in '83 had a Phoenix 2 program.
Yeah.
And it was electronic multi-directional targeting of select population groups. Purpose, loading of Earth grids, planetary somnambulance to stave off geological activity, specific point earthquake creation, population programming for sensitized individuals. Pseudonym was Rainbow.
Yeah.
You know, all these programs, I mean, it's incredible.
But in '89, when the perestroika fell, the Russians, they sold their psychotronic weapons. No one, or of course someone, knows who bought them, but you know, they were selling a lot of the stuff they have been experimenting with because the Russians are far more ahead, or were far more ahead. Who bought them? You know, and you are reading all these.
I have no idea, but I'm just reading the US, you know, because that is more open.
Yeah.
And this is major electromagnetic mind control projects from 50 through 52 CIA project, Moonstruck.
Yeah.
MacUltra was 53, of course, creating a Kyberg mentality, and that is the zombies that just follow. That was in 53.
Do you know the document called Silent Weapons for a Quiet War? That's from 1954, and it was found, how to say, by accident in a photocopier in '86. But it says everything that how they will subvert people from knowing themselves to focusing on war in Iraq,
That's right.
all sorts of things. So they will remove their consciousness or their awareness from staying centered in the now to all sorts of things, and they will do it with a sound they cannot hear.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
silent
right.
sound.
Yeah, that is true.
microwaves.
That is true.
Yeah,
And I have a paper here which says purpose of mind control, disrupt memory, disconnect and discredit people through aberrant behavior, alter sex patterns. They can make homosexuals into heterosexuals or vice versa, heterosexuals into homosexuals, elicit information and create a balance, I would say unemotional balance. But when they program the individuals, they program some of them to carry out a mission of assassinations, like the school shootings, or espionage, against their will. They take over your will. And of course the guise of national security is always used, as an excuse. And most of the mind control programs have been always done by CIA, in the direction of CIA, or under the operating authority of the US Navy. Of course Russians have the same, but I don't know so much about that, because US is giving more information out than Russian. And I speak English, I don't speak Russian.
When you say they do it against a person's will,
yeah,
I just sense, with all the experiences going on, and when you dig into this thing, you get a lot of funny people coming to you and experience a lot of things going on in your life. But I just sense when you have made it through the door, you can say in the Matrix movie, where the door disappears and the light, you are very difficult to get down. They might distract you or get you angry for a certain period, but then the soul connection will align you and say, you need to, it can only be, you can only be pushed a little aside, and then you will be realigned. And you see it in some people. Most people, of course, are easy to throw around, but some people, they seem like they can bring harm to you, but they will get back on feet again.
Yeah, if you take your own energy, you know that they can't do anything to it.
Yeah.
You just know. I've been saved from absolute death situations so many times that are totally against the laws of physics.
Yeah.
Totally. I said I have smashed 9 cars, and I'm still here, I mean, so something happens, an energy from outside comes and saves you, so that an elk flies out when it's crashing into my car, or when I am getting something crashing onto me, it just stops in the midair and goes like this. And if I am in a house where there's gas poisoning, I wake up in the middle of the night and open the door without knowing the gas. It just goes out, and I find out in the morning that bang, when I take the match, that there's gas in the house. So why am I saved?